Welcome to the Stoic Tide. They don't want you watching this. Not because it's wrong, but because it's true. The truth about female psychology, the truth about desire, the truth about how power really works in relationships. You see, there's a reason she pulled away when you were nice. There's a reason she lost interest after you gave her everything. There's a reason she chose him when you had more to offer. But no one told you why. And worse, they made you believe it was your fault. That you weren't good enough, strong enough, man enough. But here's the uncomfortable truth. It wasn't that you were too little. It's that you didn't know the rules she was playing by. This video will change that. Because once you see what women really respond to, once you understand what they never say out loud, you'll stop blaming yourself. You'll stop chasing. You'll start standing like a man who finally gets it. Stay with me because what I'm about to show you, they've spent years hoping you'd never learn. Here's the first truth women don't want you to understand. Being nice doesn't attract them. Being needed kills their desire. You were told, be good to her. Put her first. Make her your world. And what happened? She got bored, cold, and distant. You started wondering, how can I do more? How can I fix this? But she wasn't waiting for you to try harder. She was waiting for you to wake up. Because here's what she'll never say out loud. The moment she becomes the center of your world, she stops respecting you. She wants to feel chosen, yes, but not worshipped, not needed. Because neediness says, I can't live without you. And that energy, it doesn't pull her in. It pushes her away. She wants to orbit your world, not be your world. And the men who get that, they don't beg, they don't chase, they lead, and she follows. If this message is hitting home for you, I'd be genuinely grateful if you subscribed. It helps the channel grow and lets me keep sharing truths most men never hear. The second thing women don't want men to realize, a woman can say, I love you, and still feel nothing when she looks at you. Not because she's evil, not because she lied, but because love isn't what keeps her there. Respect is, and once that respect is gone, everything else is just echoes. She'll still hug you, still post cute photos, still say the right words, but deep down she's already gone. She stopped believing in your strength, stopped trusting your direction, stopped feeling safe in your leadership. And maybe you felt it. The shift in her tone. The way she looks at her phone more than your face. The way intimacy started feeling like a chore. And you told yourself, she's stressed. It'll pass. But it didn't. Because when a woman loses respect for you, she starts slowly pulling her heart out of the relationship piece by piece. And by the time you notice, it's already too late. Here's the third secret women don't want you to know. They can feel when you're becoming emotionally dependent. And the moment they do, they start pulling away. See, women test men without even knowing they're testing. They'll say things like, text me when you get home. Why didn't you call last night? Do you miss me? And you think, this means she really likes me. So you start giving her more attention, more access, more of you. And without knowing it, you go from independent man to emotional puppy. Now here's what she sees. A man who's no longer centered. A man who's emotionally leaning on her. A man she now has to lead. And nothing kills attraction faster than that. Imagine this. You start dating a woman. At first you're busy, focused, driven. She chases a bit. She's curious, engaged. But then you start canceling plans with your boys. You text her 24/7. You say things like, you make me so happy. I don't know what I'd do without you. And suddenly she's not replying as fast. She's busy. She needs space. Not because she doesn't like you, but because she liked the you who didn't need her. Here's the fourth truth women won't admit. They test your boundaries. And if you let them break you, they lose all respect. It starts small. She cancels plans last minute. She flirts with another guy in front of you. She jokes about you not being man enough. You laugh it off. You don't want to overreact. You think being chill will win her over. But to her, it's a silent message. This man won't protect himself. He won't stand for anything. He won't stand for me. Because here's what most men never realize. When she crosses a line, she's not just watching what you say. She's watching what you allow. And when you allow disrespect once, she learns she can't trust you to lead. She learns she has to be the strong one. She learns you're not the man she hoped you were. Imagine this. She raises her voice at you in public, not playfully, disrespectfully. You stay quiet, smile it off, try to keep the peace. But what she really needed was for you to look her in the eye and calmly say, don't talk to me like that ever. Not to dominate her, not to threaten, but to show strength, to show standards. And that moment would have changed everything. If you're still watching, it means something here hit home. So do me a favor. If this made you think, hit that like button. It tells the algorithm this message matters. The fifth secret they'll never say out loud. A woman can love you but still lose all desire for you if you stop respecting yourself. You gained weight. You stopped chasing your goals. You gave up your morning routines. You started scrolling for hours, escaping life. She noticed. She didn't say anything at first, but every time she looked at you, she saw less of the man she fell for, and more of the man you're becoming by default. You still love her. You still provide. You still try. But she doesn't feel it because deep down she's asking, if he doesn't fight for himself, how can he fight for us? Now picture this. She used to brag about you, about how driven you were, how sharp your mind was, how you lit up every room you walked into. But now you sleep in, complain more, laugh less. You say it, I'm just tired. Life's hard, and she gets it. But she also feels it. And that feeling, it chips away at the attraction. One crack at a time. So what kind of man do women secretly crave? Not the richest, not the smoothest, not the bad boy from movies, but the man who stands tall when she tests him, stays grounded when she's emotional, puts purpose before pleasure, chooses self-respect over validation, and never forgets her attraction is not love. It's a response to his energy because she can say she loves you all day, but if your energy starts feeling weak, passive, desperate, that love turns cold fast. She doesn't need perfection. She needs presence. The presence of a man who knows who he is, what he stands for, and what he'll never tolerate. That's the man she trusts. That's the man she follows. Here's the real reason they don't want you watching this, because once you know how they think, how they test, and how they choose, you stop chasing, you stop doubting, you stop begging, you start walking differently, talking differently, leading differently, and suddenly she's not in control of your emotions anymore. You are, because this isn't about getting girls. It's about becoming the kind of man who doesn't lose himself just to keep her. Now let me ask you this. What's one lesson you learned the hard way in a past relationship? Something you wish you knew sooner? Drop it in the comments. You never know who might need to hear your story right now. And if this video gave you even one insight, consider subscribing. Not because I asked, but because you know this content is helping you grow. I'll keep showing up with truth and fire. You just bring the focus and discipline. We build better men. Stay stoic, stay blessed, and stay with the Stoic Tide because we create the best.